Archbishop Matthew RAWCLIFFE. Please join me and some great guests as we take a journey where I will spread positive and enlightened messages to educate, heal, and help others as we chat about various subjects with the help of God. Tune in every second and fourth Thursdays at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Paranormal King Radio Network. And Ron, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, bud. I'm doing good, man.
We got Tim on with us again.
High fives and good vibes.
Always. High fives and good vibes, Ron. Ron's such a hippie.
Yeah, that's exactly what came to my mind.
Positive out in the earth to try to get it back, you know? Only way I know how. Like,
all right. Well, we're going to start off like we always do, St. Michael prayer. Near the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. St. Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. You are defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And to you, Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and the other evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. There we go. Yeah, we've all been busy this week, I think.
Oh,
I know I have.
Some roller coasters, man.
What have you been doing this week, Tim?
I've been quiet. So
Be quiet.
So it has been actually, and
That's a good thing sometimes.
And my peers, my brothers in the Advent order have been really busy. They've had a lot of cases. Archbishop Cloud just had a full exorcism, 2 actually. In the past 2 weeks, 1 week.
Wow.
And for some reason or other here, I've not been contacted, called upon. I've reached out to some of my old clients or people I've helped in the past to see if they're doing okay. You know,
That's good. That's good. It's always good to do that. I do that quite a bit. I try to, at least.
Yeah, you know, like 2 weeks, and then 2 months, and then 6 months, and then a year. You know, I try to put little reminders, and so I was able to make some of those calls, and everybody's doing good.
That's good. That's awesome.
You know, knock on wood, you know, Blockhead here. Family life's doing well.
Awesome.
We've got a new job, new.
Ooh, what are we doing?
Well, I'm a supplier readiness leader, so what that means is I go to suppliers and tell them to do their job.
Yeah, he just walks around and go, "Hey, you working?" Yeah,
exactly.
Cool.
I don't know.
Are you working? Hey, get to work. Yep. Stop playing solitaire.
But I get to travel.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm making airplanes, so
cool.
In that industry.
Right on.
But otherwise, yeah, no, we've been blessed. So I just hope that the two of you have been blessed. You know, even though you're busy, you know, hope health is
I got
good,
to ride a private plane. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Those things, those things are like cool though, because it's like you don't feel nothing. It's like,
and again, I probably built it.
Probably.
That should scare you.
So if I'm on there and it starts to go down, I'm gonna be like, it's Kid's fault.
Yeah.
They're gonna find a message from the Archbishop written into the seat. Find Ken Gibfried.
Yeah, it's difficult.
He made my plane crash.
And you know, here in Wichita, that's our industry. You know, Kansas. You think of us as the Bible Belt, right? A lot of Protestants.
Oh yeah.
Baptists. But our industry is aerospace.
We got a lot of them too, though. And I think there is aerospace in South Carolina. I mean, they got
sure.
Lockheed.
Yep.
Past Charleston there.
Yep. Yep.
I almost forgot about that.
We had a facility that I worked at, and it was the Boeing commercial facility that actually used to put out B-29 bombers for World War II. And you could go to certain parts of this facility, and people like us, we know what to look for, and it's absolutely haunted. I mean, I could.
I bet.
Yeah, I could turn a corner and see a shadow that didn't belong, and immediately know. Okay, somebody died at their desk. I hope that's not me someday.
You know what? I think about that a lot. I'm like, man, I hope somebody. I don't just have like a heart attack one day and someone finds me in my office like stuck to the computer chair. Like, I worry about that stuff. Like, hope my dog doesn't eat me when I die. Like,
cats will.
It's right down.
So I don't have any cats.
We just had a belt down the road from me that had a janitor in the bathroom stall.
I heard about that. I read that.
For 4 days, nobody even went in there.
Oh, that poor gal.
That's not weird. That's a belt.
Wow.
Time, and nobody even went in there for like 4 days straight.
Somebody went in there and went,
woo,
something doesn't belong.
That's the false alarm right there.
You feel bad for somebody there at that point. It's like, feel bad for the family. Really, they don't have like 4 days. I mean, at that point,
everybody would be passing the stall like, woo, damn, somebody just dropped it like it's hot. At
that point, you wonder if you even had a family. 4 days, man. That's kind of.
Yeah, family reported her missing.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they showed up. They walked around.
Team doesn't even pay attention to their employees.
Yeah,
they weren't.
That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another sad story.
Oh, yeah.
I got a topic for us.
Okay? Right on.
All right. So, certainly, Ron, you may remember, Bishop, you probably studying during the time, but years ago, decade ago, there was a couple that kind of came to fame in the paranormal realm. They were really known for their EVPs, and they were on Ghost Adventures. Zachariah, where's the ghost? It's Mark and Deborah Constantino.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the story is they had a rocky relationship, and Mark ended up killing her and
what? That's
her,
crazy.
And then turning the gun on himself and killing himself.
Oh.
Now, subsequent investigations. Now, there are a lot of rumors swirling around.
Wow.
A lot of people talking. But subsequent investigations found out that Deborah was the abuser. And she had been multiple times for domestic battery. A lot of booze-fueled fights with her husband.
Holy crap.
And this had been progressively getting worse over time until it capped. And I don't know really what capped it. And I think that's where the rumors come in as to what really got it.
Oh.
So, tragic event. I don't want to talk bad about the couple themselves at all. My understanding is they're wonderful people. Anybody who interacted with them, they had a relationship issue between themselves. I'm not going to get into that.
That's crazy, though.
What I'd like to talk about, and what I think that we should talk about, is how interacting with the paranormal, you're constantly opening up yourself.
Yeah, and your family.
How are we not talking about this as being a possible demonic influence?
I agree. You know what? I agree. That's.
Yeah, they were going to different cases that were really bad cases.
Yeah, and they dealt some nasty stuff.
They were constantly going and doing investigations in some really bad spots.
Right, they were, and they're effective, but you can't come away from that and
be squeaky clean. That just can't happen.
I haven't seen too many walk through those kinds of doors unscathed in any situation.
I haven't.
Even us.
I haven't.
I've been scared.
We do what we do. We prepare. We wash. We cleanse afterwards. But I've had to pull away for months at a time because.
I've had to step away for almost a year before.
Yeah, I mean, and my family's been attacked. You know,
Mine too.
my children.
My wife.
So I really think that this could have possibly been a state of where Deborah came back from one of these events that they interacted with supernatural, and was possibly being not just being oppressed. She might have been partially
Possessed. Yeah, I agree. You know what? That is something to look into because wow, yeah.
You know,
And nobody ever looked into that. That's the crazy part.
There's been a lot of speculation in the fields. You know?
And people you think in the field was speculating about it, somebody would have looked into it.
well, how would you look into it if they're gone?
True.
Out of respect for the family, the questions are just there to be perceived at this point.
Yeah.
When it happened, I came out and asked the question, and this is actually when I kind of shut myself down from interacting with other people in general. I was just viciously attacked by some of the TV show people even.
And that's the horrible part about those people is they do that.
Yeah, they do.
It's horrible.
And then they wonder why clergy won't deal with them. Well, every time they do, you attack us. It's like,
I heard.
What do you expect?
Another one just dealt with that. It was Bishop Long.
Oh yeah,
he just dealt with that too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What do you mean?
He went to West Virginia. Somebody was screaming demon, and he went in there and he didn't sense anything wrong at all. I tell him that.
You're cutting out.
You cut out, Ron.
Basically, he got thrown under the bus for going in there and not sensing the demonic presence.
There probably wasn't one.
The person, like, hey, I don't think you have anything here. I just blessed your house. And she ended up flipping. She flipped the script to the next people.
Wow.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me a ton. That one lady.
About a whole bunch.
She went online saying, "No, it's fake," and da 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 da, and this. But she was also going on and posting scratches on herself and all kinds of craziness. And I was like, "Dude, you're looking for attention."
Yeah. I have gone into a location or been dispatched to help somebody, and I walk in, talk to them. Even went back a few times. I'm sorry, you just don't have anything demonic happening. If you have anything paranormal, it's transient because it certainly isn't here now.
Yep.
That's the home. And what do? They just go on to the next person.
Yep.
One in particular.
Till somebody finds something.
This one in particular was on lithium. I mean, she was absolutely.
Oh yeah. Schizophrenic
disorder. And I'm sorry, you need to get with your doctor, adjust your meds. There's nothing here. And she was so mad at me, she blasted me to the city council. She was, because she owned a museum, and then she got some demon destroyer from the southeast to come in and do whatever.
Pay him a couple $1,000 probably.
Yeah, she paid him.
Wow.
I don't get it, but
I don't get.
Yeah, that's.
I don't get. See, that's the thing. I never got that thing. That you get these people, these hoodoo and voodoo, and give me $500 and you'll be fine. Like,
I just.
You won't.
I had a residential case step in, that's saying that the last medium that showed up over there was willing to cleanse the property for about $300. And
wow.
And the craziest part was that answer wasn't just a no. I don't feel comfortable with the money there. That wasn't the answer that this lady gave. This lady said, no, I'm more comfortable with them. I don't really want to get rid of them. I just want to understand them. They haven't harmed me at all. And I don't think it's harmful at all. I just want to find out what it is. Nobody's been harmed. Something just letting me know that it's here, and I just want to find out what it is. But, It was a straight push to that. Hey, let's get this place.
Hey, let's cleanse this place out and get some cash flowing.
That's the way it is.
That makes me sick. That really does make me sick.
People are going around. That's a business.
And that's one of the one of the first things
involved at all.
Yeah. That makes me sick.
One of the first things I always ask somebody when I hit doc, first everybody wants to share their story. I let them share their story. You have to let them just gush it out.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, let them gush it out first, and then I'll ask them point blank, what is it that you want? What are you looking for? Because some people absolutely don't even want you to, just like you said, Ron, remove any spiritual entities. They either, some people thrive off of it, to your point, Bishop.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And I can give them a validation that something's there. I can try to discern it, but at the end of the day, I'm not really comfortable with taking part and propagating. I
agree. I'm the same. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna walk around provoking it all over the place either. I don't really.
No,
man, because it's kind of rude. If you was on the other side, how many people want to walk up and just poke the bear?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these groups go around and do that, but then they're at the end of the day, they're leaving the family with a bigger mess than they had when they started.
Oh yeah. Those extreme paranormal shows.
I hate those.
Those are the ones that make you shake your head, man. The ones that's doing blood rituals and all over the place where people have died and all that, man.
I'm like, what are you doing? Really?
There's not even a quarter of a brain in the intelligence in doing all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Stuff like that stresses me out. I'm just like, click.
Like you're losing brain cells just trying to think about why you would even do that,
On multiple occasions, somebody has been at a haunted hotel, or a haunted location that's, charging for people to come in. And somebody will actually release the spirit, unbind the spirit and allow it to move on. And
wow,
people are upset with that person for doing that.
Right. I heard.
Well, yeah, they're binding them within the property so they can charge money for them being there. That's kind of messed up, though. It's like, think about it, that's like paranormal prison.
Yeah, it is. It's added into some of these contracts that you're signing to even walk onto the property and stuff. Like some of these little tourisms, you have to sign little documentation stating that you're not going to try to make any opportunity to cross over any of the spirits.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
This is out there that will make you sign a waiver that states you will not try to help cross over spirits here.
Mackey's.
That is disgusting.
It's messed up.
I mean,
Mackey's does it.
I haven't seen Mackey's. I know about
a friend of mine went to Mackey's once, and he won't go back. He said it was so disgusting, black mold and sticky.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's a very old building, and they need to keep it up. They're barely making ends meet, probably with all this COVID going around. I haven't seen too many bars thriving at all.
Yeah,
well,
for the most part, I see a good buffet on the side of the road. Those guys are thriving pretty good off of whatever.
Hey, I'm never one to turn out a buffet myself.
Not me either. I'm a fat kid at heart.
Back to so binding a spirit for your own personal gain,
That's along the lines of being a heretic.
That is. I mean, that's necromancy.
That is necromancy. That's
at its finest.
Yeah, and to bolster what you're saying that people are doing this, you can go on eBay or other sites trying to get a Dybbuk box.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started about that. Right. Oh my God. Yep.
For the most part, they're all fake, but I've watched a couple of videos of somebody who's one in particular I'm thinking of. He bought one and he opened it, and PK activity started happening all over the place. I mean, the guy was so sucked out, he's gone. So.
Oh, that one on TV? Was he on TV? There's one on TV. The guy did, and he freaked out. It's like, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
There was
It's probably the same
that
one.
trended pretty big.
So who is this that's binding a spirit to an object, and selling it for profit? These people who are doing it, first off,
we need to find out who they are and make that not happen.
Yeah, there's people selling a whole bunch of haunted SB7s as well. Have you seen any of those advertisements?
I haven't.
What?
There's Ovilus 5 that you can buy that's haunted. There's a SB7 out there that's haunted that you can buy.
What?
A little bit of extra money involved with
I
what
bet.
it really cost.
Wow.
Yourself a haunted box.
I've come home with attachments to my equipment myself, but I kind of move it on. I'm not exactly gonna have something.
That's why that's why they sell it, is when they find out that they ended up bringing something home with them because of it, they sell it.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is problem next week,
I'll share a picture with you. I'll send it to you on Messenger.
Oh, wow.
I came home, and a friend of mine, in fact, a brother in the field, in order, we would go meet in the middle at a haunted hotel. Yeah. Historic local hotel in Kansas, little German settlement. Tunnels underneath the city, and these tunnels were actually driving streets with storefronts and everything. And here comes progress, paving in the streets and things of that nature. But these tunnels, and it's kind of a town secret for a long time. And then the old people died off. I'm just paraphrasing. Right? So the old people died off, and the young ones went in there, and here's these storefronts that are, a blacksmith shop. You just shut the door and walk away. Everything's still in it.
What?
Yeah, a bathhouse, a barber shop, a dock shop.
What?
Oh yeah, it's really cool. But and it is paranormally active. And
Wow.
so Stephen and I meet in the middle at this place, and I've kind of practiced in a sense, checked out some new technology, and where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so we left. We booked the hotel, so it's just us. The really neat rooms, if you ever wanted to go. Really, really neat rooms. And booked the hotel, booked the underground. So we had it for the weekend. We've done this twice. This one time I came home, and I wanted to show him that I beat him to downloading all the information. I'm getting on reviewing the evidence before he's kind of a joke. And I took one of those panoramic pictures of all the equipment laid out across the floor of my desk and everything. And there, right laying on one of my cases, is an apparition of a torso, head, arms, torso. It appears at his stomach, just laying there on my equipment, just looking right back at me. I didn't see him when I took the picture.
What?
Torso just looking at me. He's like, I just brought something home.
Yeah.
Typically, they only stay, maybe a week, and they just actually go on their own. But this one, I actually ended up having to make the place smell Catholic.
Ooh. Wow.
I did. Yeah, it's
wow. It stuck around a little longer than it wanted to.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I've got
another one.
Holding on to my back.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I caught one video that was trying to just cling on to my back, and it was like a piggyback ride for like all of about 3-4 seconds.
I've seen that happen to somebody else. I don't know. Was yours ever presented on like one of those paranormal caught on tapes or something?
No, I didn't.
I've seen it.
I didn't do all that. I just usually use that as research.
There's
less I show up on Nuke or any of those, the better I'll be, probably.
Yeah.
There's one time I came away from investigation. It was my second night going out to talk to this couple, and they had this big old farmhouse out in the middle. And I went out there this was the second time going out to talk to them and see what's going on, because we had implemented a couple of things. And I came away and I was driving down the highway, desolate road at night, no street lights, and it's country highway, moonlit night. And I look up and I see a face in my rearview mirror. You talk about torture.
Oh,
I hit those brakes. My vehicle went sideways. I was on the side of the road. I grabbed,
he grabbed on Bible and holy water and rocked out.
I was blessing that vehicle. Oh, and I just knew a cop was going to come along and ask me what the heck I was doing. I was going to have to explain myself.
He's going to call the boys in the little white van with the little white jacket.
But talk about being startled. I was startled, but that was probably the worst thing ever. That was
I could imagine that. I'd probably freak too.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't help but not.
I had a whole bunch of policemen in the middle of the road. They were very, very stunned, surprised on Labor Day weekend. I had to go to an investigation, and they saw all the gear that was in the car, and they was like, "Really? Is this real?" Yeah. Hopefully, what is that? Holy, really?
I was
You know where I gotta go? And like, okay, yeah, sure. Make a way. They started clearing a path.
I was in line at a grocery store. Had a basket full of black women were fostering, so I had a pretty big basket. And as I'm putting stuff up, I'm talking to the diocese exorcist, and we're talking about face. I'm openly talking about this, just like, and I hung up and I look around and everybody's just
staring at you. They're like,
just staring at me. Just like, and I heard this one woman say, good whisper, "They do exist."
That's funny.
Just apologized, paid for my goods, and left.
That's when you're like, oops.
Yeah, that's 90s Mortal Kombat. Whoopsies.
Yeah, I don't know. It just,
especially in Kansas, could you imagine?
yeah, because we do have some Protestant exorcists locally. There's one that has really kind of made a name for himself, and if he had a case where the woman, he was trying to help this woman who was complaining of hearing voices. She wasn't seeing things, but she was being pushed by these voices to do bad.
Ooh,
harm.
That's not good.
He was. My understanding is he was actually on the edge whether this was mental or not, but she ended up going to her boyfriend. Broke up with her. So she went to her boyfriend's mother's house and killed his mother, decapitated her
What?
in front of the ex-boyfriend's 6-year-old child. Child was able to run off. And
wow, that is crazy.
Now this exorcist has this stigma and all this overhanging, hey, she was mental, you should have got a hold of somebody, you should have done something.
Of course.
But
who's to say she was truly mental, or if that wasn't like what the wards dealt with?
I follow the story a little bit, and I haven't exactly, interviewed her, but others have, and she has complained that
missing time or
and that she was still experiencing things even though she's under the treatment of the state. So hard to tell. We have the BTK serial killer down here too, and he says that he feels it's when he goes into a trance when he's killing. It's demonic. He feels like demons overtaking him. And I've really try to pay attention to the media and some of these killings and some of these things that are happening, and see if they complain about being demonically influenced.
Yeah, if she's someone to complain like that. Now, I've had one where a guy killed some people, and it's like, I don't remember doing it.
Yeah.
And just sitting there bawling, and I'd be like, "Why? What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't remember any of this. Why am I here?" Like, that is more along the lines of probably a possession than anything else, because usually they don't remember being possessed. They don't remember what. Well, like when the demon takes over, they take a back seat and they don't remember it.
So
Usually.
So I think I said this last time. I think that there's 5 stages to demonic activity.
Yeah, there is. I agree.
One, temptation, oppression, infestation, and I
vexation. Vexation. People forget about.
Vexation. I haven't heard that. Share with me.
It's kind of like oppression, but a little more hardcore.
Okay. All right. Well, see, I must be aligned with that, because I say infestation and oppression can kind of flip and flop. So,
that's vexation.
Okay. And then partial possession and full possession.
Yep.
I think of these partial possessions.
Okay. Yeah, I agree there.
Yeah, definitely very real. And to your young man who killed somebody and couldn't remember, yeah, I would agree.
That'd be full possession.
Well, wouldn't full possession be where they give in to the possession?
No, yeah, you know what? Yeah, technically, but I mean, oh yeah, I mean, we'd have to agree on that one. Yeah, it would be. So that'd be a partial because you kind of be still fighting it at that point if you didn't remember.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, we have so much demonic activity happening around us, and it's so mainstream now. Now,
I tell people, like, is it that there's more happening, or are we just more open to accepting that it's happening?
Well,
that's a good question.
That is a good question. I mean, we have more media,
way more coverage now than in the past. Yes, I agree.
Well, you know,
there's a lot of TV shows out there that are just doing everything right there on it.
Yeah,
that makes me sick.
It's all right there in the moment, in the heat of the moment. They got to go ahead and do it. They might as well with the camera right there.
Well,
some of that I think is set up too.
There is some that's set up, yes, but there is some that just goes completely horrible. Right,
I'm gonna go a step further with that, and I really don't want to get political on the show, but if you look at a lot of the TV shows, I mean, Lucifer.
Yep.
You're making.
You're promoting. You're making it. You're like they're making it. What do you call it? Like it's a good thing.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you're making a likable character out of the antithesis of everything.
There you go. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
It's like Joker to Batman.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And there's a lot of shows out there like that. You know, I'm not talking about fantasy shows like, you know, little fairy vampires or whatever.
Supernatural.
Like, I was
the hunters.
I think I missed the show.
Yeah. That is good, but I mean, that's
decent.
But you're right. You're right, Crowley. The devil. You had to love him, but you're 100% right. It minimized the evil, is what it did.
It did. Because you had that one guy, Crowley, who's the king of hell. Was he?
Yeah. and his mother, the witch, who.
Oh God! Yeah. Yeah.
And then that the angel,
who looked younger than he did, by the way.
Yeah. Well, you know, and again, I watched the show. I really enjoyed I think the last 4 seasons were just completely.
Oh, it was just over the top. I mean, they just ran out of material.
Yeah.
I got surprised after they were doing like the 7 deadly sins. They were fighting like wrath.
Yeah.
After that, man, I just put it down. I was like, okay, I've had enough.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it.
To come back, and
it got to be a bit much.
Back to hell, and now he's back, and they sent him back to hell, and now he's back.
It got to be a bit much.
I really frowned upon it when they stopped playing the good old 70s rock at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. That's when they lost me.
Yeah, but you know, to point, society, I think, has really in today's children.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I think Moloch is a very real demon, and I believe that he requires children's sacrifices, and I'm convinced that there's a lot of this abortion push is sacrifices to Moloch. I mean,
Yes, I agree.
and it's so mainstream, and to have supposed Catholics coming out and defending this is just perversion of the church.
Well, the way I look at it, they said, just saying the Bible, he was, the one who will come before me. Was that not within its own church?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what you mean. That's what we got to think of.
Yeah, and how close are we to the end times? I'm not really worried about it.
I think it's already happened.
I got burned on Y2K. I mean,
oh yeah. Let me get you started on that one. I was in seminary then.
But were you? But if we are, I just do right by myself and my relationship with Christ. So
yeah.
So as far as it being quiet here in the state of Kansas, I do know that there has been some activities. Some of the other groups, or some of the paranormal groups, have been active.
See, a lot of these paranormal groups, I think, are just trying too hard. Like they're
Go out and provoke, man.
Exactly.
Oh, they're going out and they're provoking just to stir something up so they can get themselves filmed.
Yeah. Well, and
they don't care who they hurt.
Everything's demonic.
Oh, that's starting to drive me crazy.
Everything's demonic.
I get calls at least 2-3 times a week. Somebody call me 3 a.m. I have a devil in me.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Go back to sleep. Yeah, he's stuck. Yeah. I'm like, no, you don't even start. I'm like, don't even.
Secretary's always sending messages early morning like, I haven't even had my coffee and somebody's saying the D word. This ain't fair.
Yep.
You got to have your morning coffee before you let somebody say the D word.
Well, we had this conversation last time. You encounter something demonic. It's demonic.
Before you even say anything. You just, you feel it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nobody else will.
No. Most of the time.
Yeah, it's just
so
everybody's eyes before all that.
So have you, and I'm sorry if I missed it, so Archbishop, have you explained your succession to be the old guy in the room? And
our succession was actually from the good Archbishop. He passed away, unfortunately. And I don't want to say his last name wrong because he's from South America. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it. He's one of those last names that if I don't look at it, I'm going to butcher it. And I don't want to do him a disservice. And he was a good guy. Oh, oops. as soon as you go to pull up anything near Facebook, just stuff starts dinging at you. And it was Gustavo Naziri through, and he was through our international priory, and he was our vicar general for a long time, an exorcist, and that's who my race succession falls under him.
So, how does your role and responsibility change?
What do you mean?
All right, so you're a vicar before.
No, he was the vicar general of the international order. I was saying. Oh, you're talking about me. Yeah. See, what happened was I'm talking about mine within the order. Okay. Well, what happened was the race succession was put out by the prior general, and he pretty much every prior general pretty much chooses their successor. which at the time I did not know what the writ of succession was. Nobody did. He hadn't put it out, and unfortunately, he passed away before he put it out. And so the letter got opened, and lo and behold, it's like, oh, it's me. And we're all sitting there in the meeting looking at each other going,
surprise.
So I guess I'm the prior general now.
Yep.
And Father Torres now
became the vicar general, and that was chosen by our founder. And I mean, we're still getting over a little bit. He was a great man. I mean, he just that hurt a lot. That one hurt a lot. We actually didn't know he had passed away for a long time, and that was Archbishop Michael Arpendega. He's a great man and the founder of the order. And right before he passed, the vicar general of the International Order had passed, and it's just it all came as a shock to us. It was we knew Archbishop Arpendega was sick, but it just kind of he went real fast, and so we didn't know for about a month that he had actually passed, because his significant other had fallen down and broken their hip, and they were in the hospital. And he coded while they were in the hospital with a broken hip.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so we didn't find out until about a month later.
So he fell down and broke a hip.
That was the significant other did.
Significant other did, yeah.
Yep. And then the Archbishop had some issues, went to the hospital and coded at the hospital.
Sounds like it could have been an attack.
Some maybe, but he also had COPD.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't know how far advanced it was.
So his health.
He was a lot sicker than he led on to be, honestly.
Okay. Well, if I didn't say it, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
and it's we're good now. I mean, we mourned a little longer than we probably should have, but I mean, he was not only our founder, but as a mentor to myself and Vicar Torres. I mean, he's a great man. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have came back to the collar.
Wow. Well, he got you in the fight, so.
Yeah, he did. he voluntold me into the fight. I'll never forget that. I showed up and said, "So we gotta get a chief exorcist." He goes, "Oh yeah, that's you." I was like, "Oh, very well then."
Kind of how I got involved too.
That's pretty much how that happened.
Bishop.
And then Torres was like, "Oh, who's gonna be the assistant?" I said, "You are." He goes, "Oh," I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It was kind of a long line of people being thrown under the bus.
So how many exorcists are in the order?
In the order total, I mean, we have. Now, we don't have the U.S. order. We're pretty small. But internationally, I mean, we have 5 other priests in the international order, not including the international prior general.
Okay.
So, I mean, but they're not all exorcists. I mean, we got one that's a deacon. He's an exorcist in training.
So,
and that's Daniel Bahina. And he's a deacon. He's an exorcist in training under, that'd be Archbishop Christian Camilo Pajadicha Montoya. He's from South America. He's from Colombia. Great man. Nice man. And he's got quite a few priests underneath him. We have two other archbishops and a priest. Actually, 3 other archbishops and a priest. And then the deacon. And that's in the international order. They've grown exponentially in the last year.
So I often get asked about what is an order, and I try to explain that, you know, the most simplistic way to look at.
Our second religious order, as it would be stated.
Yeah.
So, a lot of us were clergy before we joined the order, and then transferred into the order. So,
Recruited?
not so much. Some were recruited. Some of us sought out the order.
Okay. So, we're a second order of St. Benedict. And
Yep.
we started, you know, with Archbishop James Cloud, with the Antioch Church there in Oregon. We're a group that splintered off from SOSM, Sacred Order of St. Michael, under Archbishop Cloud, when there were some, we'll just call it administrative challenges.
Yeah.
And we've been...
That's one of the reasons we had started too, because we kind of had some falling outs with, I'm pretty sure, the same person. We're all talking about the same person, so.
I'm sure. Who's apparently retired?
Yeah, I guess. I've never heard of him.
And now
Archbishop retiring, but okay.
Yeah, okay. But we've talked about what it is that we'd like to do, because we need to get some clerical help for Archbishop, and actually Stephen is actually an exorcist. He's Father Stephen. He is ordained out of Denver.
Oh, right on.
We're also kind of enjoying being a smaller organization. It kind of makes us a little more nimble, so to speak.
It's like with us, we require our priests to have secular employment.
Right. Okay.
Which makes us a little more, it gives us a little more freedom. However, it also fills our plate a bit more.
What saint is it that always worked? Anyway.
I work for a hospice.
Okay. You don't build airplanes.
Nope. Nope.
No, well, I mean,
not smart enough to build airplanes. I was in the Marine Corps infantry at one point, so.
Far from it. You ducked. But, you know, and being in the ministry, and the fact that we don't charge for our services, the funds have to come from somewhere. So
yeah, we take in donations. I mean, we have the .com website now, as www.sosma.com. Thanks to Father Torres, or Archbishop Torres now.
Wait, Archbishop Torres? I thought it was just Bishop.
Nope, Archbishop now.
He's done stepped up.
Mm-hmm. It was voted upon, and he was appointed Archbishop of the California Diocese of SOSMA.
Isn't he still just 23?
No, he's in his 30s. He's 38 years old.
Still, he's young.
Yeah, we're the same age, so.
No, that's.
We're the two youngest in, I think, the United States.
Ron, when do you and I start getting consulted?
Now, Torres has a doctorate.
Yeah.
From the Esoteric Interfaith Seminary, and they're out of Arizona, and they are accredited. So.
Well, yeah, and you know, to that point, to that end, I always share with people, you know, who really want to bag on exorcists as being, you know, somebody believing in somebody pie in the sky or something. You guys got to have to. You need to understand. These are some smart dudes.
I was like, right now, I'm in the doctorate program right now, the same seminary that Torres came from.
Right.
But I'm under a double major, so mine's taking a bit longer.
Oh, you're going to do a double-barreled.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Theology and divinity.
Yeah. So my Archbishop has a doctorate as well, and it's in actual addiction. And I know I'm going to say.
Seminary is a bit different than college.
Agreed. He has this.
He has a PhD, not a DD.
He has a doctorate in addictions counseling.
Yeah, so he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the DD, Doctor of Divinity.
Yeah. Well,
which is quite a bit different.
It's a lot of studying.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Got a lot of hours that go into doing that.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. I know. A lot of writing, actually. It's a lot of writing. A lot of papers being written.
Builds character.
Responsibilities being built.
So Ron, are you part of the order?
He is my lead investigator. So he technically yes, technically no. He is not a religious brother, however, he does work for the order.
So
Yep, I'm the investigator for him.
So that gives you a little more latitude. You don't have to follow the rules they have to.
Yeah, hence why he's in a cut-off T-shirt showing his tattoos.
There's nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yeah, I am in 90 degrees right now.
Oh.
It's 90.
Yeah, I got AC in my studio.
This is with 2 AC units going.
Really?
I got central air.
We just had a cold front go through. It went from 100 degrees to 66 degrees.
I wish 66. It's like 76 and humid as heck out right now.
About it, I want to build like a ice box just to walk into. Like on my Fridays, right after work, I want big igloo to walk into, man. Just feeling the breeze.
Yeah, he works outside all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To it.
So one of the things I'm blessed with is working from home.
Myself as well. I
have an office. Actually, let me phrase that. I have a cloffice. That is. Yeah, I think you.
See, I took over a bedroom to make an office. I took over a bedroom to make an office.
Well, this was a bedroom too, but
yeah, but I took one of the bigger.
My wife's walk-in bedroom.
There you go. I took one of the bigger rooms to make an office out of.
Right. We split it down the middle. So.
Oh, there you go.
I have tape on the floor like Les Nessman from WKRP. But the funny thing about it is I do minister out of this office, and I do a lot of video calls and things of that nature. Sometimes I forget to put a background on it, and see all the presses behind me, and I have to explain it. So
I've done that.
Yeah, but it works. I'm blessed. I'm able to work from home, which gives me a lot of opportunity to answer calls. But like I said,
but also spend time with the family.
Yeah, well,
that part there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's traveling. It puts a little damper on that a bit much. I travel quite a bit, especially now. I took over the prior general. I've been traveling a lot more.
Yeah. Some days I put like 200 miles down on the road.
Yeah.
I've been blessed enough to have people that, were willing to fly me around. So.
Yeah. I was.
And I was blessed in that aspect. Yeah. I couldn't thank them enough for that. And there's no way I would have been able to make it if not.
Right. That's what it boils down to. We got a case for you. It's hard to get that plane ticket.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's rather expensive sometimes.
But if the Lord wants you there, He's going to find a way. He's going to.
Oh yes, He will. That is for sure.
Somewhere.
That is for sure.
But to Ron's point, being the spearhead of the first, being the Marines, the first in.
Yep.
I know those long days, man. You get on the road, you have 3, 4, 5 calls to make, and you drive. I literally drove from Wichita down to Oklahoma City, over to Tulsa, up to Liberal and back, and it was 750 miles that I ended up putting on my vehicle that day.
Oof.
I visited 4 people, and I oftentimes go on Sundays so I can.
Now, see, when I travel that way, it trips people out a bit because I don't have a car. I choose to drive a motorcycle. So
I've seen
the Archbishop rolls up on a Harley Davidson, and people start asking questions.
Yeah. I saw a picture of your Harley. It's an odd choice for a bishop to show up at an exorcism on a Harley, but you know what? I personally think it's very fitting.
Yep.
I spent 9 years in the Marine Corps under the infantry, and did a lot of. Not only the infantry, I mean, I spent 7 of those years in the tier system, special operations. So, I did a lot of things that led me coming back to ministry, and
Yeah, man.
Understand that.
Fighting demons. That's what it's all about. Gotta take them down.
So, do you think that? Let me ask you this, and I'm going to go off on a kind of a rabbit trail here. There's a lot of discussion about soldiers bringing spirits back with them from SANS.
from combat, yeah.
From combat. And a lot of them are, evil spirits that were embedded in some of the places that they had visited. For one reason or another.
I agree.
Had you had any experience with that at all, either yourself or somebody in any case?
For many years, I closed my eyes and I would see a lot of things. I battled PTSD for quite a few years before I went back to the ministry. So, and I don't know if it was just PTSD rather, or was it an attachment? It might have been a little bit of both.
Yeah, whenever you're living that lifestyle, there are some things that tend to change your whole perspective.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
That absolutely would. I can only imagine.
especially me. I was a scout sniper, so I've done some things that I don't full-heartedly agree with, but I didn't have so much of a choice.
Yeah. I have some friends that same situation.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come out of it as strong as you did. So for that,
I know I wasn't always as strong. I've had a lot of help. I've had a lot of people that were there for me when I needed it. So,
And you're a lot of help as well.
but,
Brothers.
yeah, I try.
This is a therapy session for us.
A lot of times, yeah.
Doing everything that we've done, man. This is all therapy, being able to talk about it. People that you care. That you care. Got you back.
So, speaking about being a sniper, I'll share something. I did. So,
You're breaking up a little bit, brother.
my wife ended up going and getting training on rifle and
Nice.
how to
Very well.
shoot and hunt. It's the state of Kansas puts it on. It's called Becoming a Woman Bow. They actually take multiple classes, but she's done
Right
it.
on.
And firearm training is one of the things that she always signs up for.
Wow.
She came back from the last one and says, "You know what? I want a rifle. I'm interested in hunting.
I like her. I like her.
I want a rifle." So I went and I asked her what she wanted, and
Barrett 50 cal BMG.
No, but close. She wanted and got a 30-06. She got a 30 cal.
Yeah, tell her to get a 308.
I try to tell her to get a 308.
308, a 308 at heart since Vietnam has been the choice of Marine snipers since Vietnam.
Yeah, and I try to explain that to her.
I've actually myself shot a 308 mile and a quarter on a recorded shot.
Really? So and I know that this is not paranormal talk here.
It became paranormal at that point.
You know? Shoot when he was there.
Well, my thing is I can't anger my wife now. She has a 30-06, a scope that'll pick me out at least.
She could off you from the dollar menu. Rounds cost 87 cents.
So, and she's so patient with me. I mean, I'm in the ministry, and she's so patient with that because
mine's the same. Mine's the same.
And then and we do bring things home, like we said earlier.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. And
she sees things in the house. She, there's the oftentimes if a big case is coming up or something really active, those entities are reaching out to us, to me, my wife, and my children before anybody even calls me. And I'm sure that happens to you guys.
Yeah. Yep.
We start seeing the shadows, maybe something peeking around the corner, a little PK activity, something. And my wife's
flying off my walls in my office, coming at me, and there's open clothes on me, and cabinets in the kitchen, and fits of blind rage just showing up at people the minute that they're walking.
Yeah.
You gotta take those negative vibes right on that.
Yeah.
Turn around the door. That's how quick that is, though. You got to catch it quick.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Rage.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Blind rage just showing up automatic sometimes. The minute that you're getting home and stepping back in, like, okay.
Sometimes you got to step back and just,
trying to get your breathing on, and then all of a sudden somebody come up. You're like, no, hold on. Cipher this one. You got to choose your moments.
Yeah. So, and well, I tell you what, if I didn't have the support for them, I probably would.
Oh, I'm probably right along there with you. If I didn't have the support I have, there's no way I'd be able to do this.
Oh yeah, man. Mine's always reminded me to eat. Should be like, don't take nothing with you today. Where? Try to do it.
You're breaking up again, Ron.
I'm just always getting told, man, I got to remind myself to eat food every night.
Yeah.
Same here. Work mode, and I stay working, and I just forget all about it.
No, not me. No, eating's not a problem for me.
The belly will be eating itself. No, shut up down there. We done.
No,
we ain't done yet.
But what Chris will do is I talked to her about the cases. Obviously, I bounce off of her a lot, and because I'm bullheaded, I'm real bullheaded. And
me too.
She calms me down. She, brings that motherly perspective to a lot of things. And but one thing that she does a lot is she's absolutely empathic, and she can tell me, hey, this one, I got a feeling that this one's pretty bad. This is one I think that you really need to, be cautious of. And,
prepare yourself.
Yeah, she makes sure I prepare prior to going, and she also, take that off before you come in the house. So, and she got I'm not allowed to bring business into the house. In the office, I'm allowed to. Where else? Yeah, but no, she used to be at the very beginning.
Filing cabinet then.
What's that?
Your coffee table is the filing cabinet then.
Well, I have a pretty bad. It's just scattered all over the place. That's why I like the background. So
yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
So I don't have a team. I honestly don't work with.
I was blessed with a team.
Yeah.
I really was. I mean, Ron and my secretary Talia. I mean, without them, I would probably lose my mind. They take a lot of the stress off me. They really do.
Yeah. I mean, we've got cases all over South Carolina right now.
All over the world.
About 6 of them right across the state, and some of them will call and have to cancel and move dates around all the time.
Yeah.
We've been lucky enough to have a Google Calendar. Straight.
Yeah.
We got to keep him having a watch on. I remember he had a watch last time. I'm hoping he's still got that. He probably threw it.
What's that?
They gave me a phone watch.
He doesn't even wear it no more.
That's funny. That's funny.
I can't figure it out.
Not even 2 weeks.
I can't figure it out. Made me mad.
No, I'm my own scheduler. I did now. If I think it's demonic, I obviously have access to the Exorcist.
Yeah.
I just put a package together and hand it over, and they get involved and I support their activity. But no, it's
pretty much what Ron does to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dealing with 20 people on a crew. I created a digital headquarters where everybody can log in. They can see where the events are and track it down with GPS.
Nice.
Know the date and everything, ready to go.
He's pretty good with the computer stuff, man.
About a month in on a usual, just to give everybody a heads up. They make it or they don't.
Yeah, Joe Thompson started going down the path to build that for us as well, but he ended up needing a heart transplant. So,
wow.
Yeah, it
takes on the ticker.
Well, the thing about this is the psychic he worked with said that the evening before he had the heart attack, the massive cardiac event, she saw a vision of a demon, a lesser demon, but a demon nonetheless, dropping something off at his doorstep, saying it is delivered, and then walking away.
Wow.
Next day he has this major cardiac event and ends up having to have a heart transplant. And
wow,
he's doing well now. He's still in the ministry too. And
God bless him. God bless him. Wow.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy to go through all that and still be going at it. And he's a great.
Oh
guy.
yeah.
That's
but yeah. So yeah.
That's I worry about my people. I worry about people like Ron, but I worry about people like you, Tim. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do the job that we do.
I told him what I was doing, and all of a sudden, like it didn't even take 10 minutes in that conversation. RAWCLIFFE was like, "Dude, you need to go in with protection, right? You need to be protected. You know that, right? You need to be going in there, making sure that from the minute that you're walking in, that you're doing something about this. You do not need to be going up in there just regular." And that's sometimes that's just how it was. It was you get the call and you got to go on down the road. Whether you end up having all this sitting in a satchel or a tool belt or any of that, man. Time to ride.
Have you ever gotten so busy that you did stop and actually take time to do that? go in and you're sitting there, and start feeling the presence,
Yeah.
start feeling the oppression.
It's happened, and after doing now have investigation.
You're breaking up, Ron.
After about an hour and a half of doing an investigation, and all of a sudden things are going wrong with clients starting to feel affected. You know, that's the telltale signs right there.
Yeah.
You're reading your prayer. All of a sudden they're starting to choke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telltale signs that'll let you know exactly what's about to happen after that.
Yeah. I've had memory loss, stumped up prayers that I knew by heart since I was a child. I couldn't recite. Everything's escaped loss. Have to stop right there and protection at that moment. But yeah, it's easy to get sidetracked and not take care of yourself.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we're husbands, fathers, everyday people with careers, and we got to mow the lawn. We've got to turn the wrench on our own vehicles.
Yep.
I even try to watch football.
Crazy stuff, and then you.
I work on my own motorcycle. I mean, I'm not learning how to, at least. I'm blessed enough. I got a friend of mine that he builds motorcycles for a living, so he's pretty good too. And he's young. I mean, he's 26 years old, but he's way beyond his years. And I mean, this guy's built bikes. It's been in like magazines and stuff. Like,
well, this is our time mark, guys.
Yeah, it is. We actually have gone over a little bit.
A little bit. This was a good episode. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you being able to do this, man.
Yeah, let's end it with St. Michael prayer like we always do. St. Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do you, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and the other evil spirits who prowl about the world seeking to ruin souls. Amen. Well, we thank you, Tim, as always. Ron.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Love the therapy. Thanks, guys.
Always.
Yeah. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, stay vigilant.
Hi, I'm Archbishop Matthew RAWCLIFFE. Please join me and some great guests as we take a journey where I will spread positive and enlightened messages to educate, heal, and help others as we chat about various subjects with the help of God. Tune in every second and fourth Thursdays at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Paranormal King Radio Network.